Welcome, my conscious family. In this video, I'm going to provide you with a shift of perspective regarding some situation that you are currently going through. You are, by the end of this video, going to have more clarity, more inspiration, more peace and relaxation regarding the situation that you are going through. As you can see, we do have a microphone, and this is also a very funny story that I am actually going to share with you now, because it really portrays somehow how we as humans really do need just a shift of perspective sometimes. So basically, I got this microphone many days ago, and I was trying on ChatGPT and Google to find how can I pair this with my phone. There is another part that is now in the phone inserted. And I was Googling and trying to find on Bluetooth how to pair those two together. But it didn't work. Nothing worked. I got a bit frustrated because I really want to provide you, with a good quality sound. I know that it's important and you deserve to have, a beautiful sound. So one day I decided to go to the gym, this gym that I go every day. And I just said, you know what, I'm just going to take these things, I'm going to take it to the gym, and I'm just going to ask a random man or woman, doesn't matter. But I was thinking maybe men know better, this technological stuff. And I approached some guy and I was like, hey guy, listen, I just have these two things. Can you just help me pair this? And he also, like when he heard my story and how many days it took me to Google and ChatGPT, he was like, okay, let me go on ChatGPT. And he did the same thing. And then he was like, you know what? Why don't you go far away and just try? We don't need to pair it on Bluetooth. We don't need to do anything. Just put one thing inside of the phone. The other thing is like here, the microphone is on, and just go far, 10 meters away and talk something, and let's see if it works. And it worked. So the point of the story is things are so simple. Things are so simple sometimes. I remember also now one woman, she has an Instagram, and she has, I think she's like a good witch is her name on Instagram. And there is a one reel, she says, life is simple. If you want to go outside, go outside. Or just like some random things. She's like, if you want to have fun, go and play. Like, life is simple. And sometimes we really overcomplicate things. So sometimes we do need this shift of perspective, which of course is great if we have a friend or someone who can give us this shift of perspective. But this is just a simple, funny story, that I actually wanted to share, since now the microphone is working, so that you can understand that just because someone else can give us just a different ways in which we can see what we are going through. So before I start, I will give you an exercise also that you can do. But before I start, I want you to think about this specific situation that you are going through. Just think about whatever it comes to your mind. And this is something, of course, that you want to change the perspective on. So that means that this is something that's bugging you. This is something that's been on your mind. And also I want to mention that overthinking and controlling, these are just learned mechanisms for us to feel the sense of control, to feel the sense of we got this. But actually what I teach and what is spirituality and consciousness all about is that you realize and awaken to the truth that actually these coping mechanisms are not helping you at all. They are just doing the opposite of what's helping you. What's helping you is to get into the sense of peace and openness, intuition, so that you can hear the inner guidance, which is the all-knowing guidance. We have the rain supporting us here. It's a rainy season here in Bali. It's like crazy raining today. So what I want to say is that these coping mechanisms are just learned behavior. And in this society nowadays, if you say, hey, I have this huge thing happening, but I'm just going to go to the beach, or I'm just going to go ride my bike, people will look at you very differently, and they will be like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you not stressing? Because this is what's a norm, you know, in our society. But stressing is not going to give you anything. So before I start, I want to make that really, really clear. Don't beat yourself up if you're overthinking, if you have sleepless nights. I do too sometimes. I do too sometimes overthink. Sometimes my mind is like playing games with me. But the point is that now I realize and know that this is just a pattern that I learned. I know that this is just a coping mechanism. This is just something, it's not even that I learned. It's like so far away. So like my ancestors, you know what I mean? Like it's like so far in the past. So it's not that easy to just, oh, I'm just gonna be, you know, all the time relaxed. It's not just gonna work like that. But it's something that you can definitely change. And in this video, you are already gonna feel the change. You're already gonna feel the shift by the time I'm done with you. But before I continue, I want to invite you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button as I post daily videos, and you want to be notified every day first. I post messages such as this one about spiritual awakening, helping you to break free from the illusions, live your life freely and consciously, manifesting your desires, your experiences, all the way being, of course, conscious and rising in your consciousness level, which I always say is helping the humanity as well. So if this is something you're interested in, it does help the channel grow, and the more the channel grows, the more people I can help to break free as well. I also have Instagram if you want to connect there. All the information is in the description box down below. So let's continue. Now, when you know that all this controlling, overthinking, and worry is just something that you learned, and it's giving you a feeling that you are somehow in control, and that maybe by worrying enough or overthinking enough, you're going to get the answer. But the problem and the answer are on the different frequencies. The problem and the worry is one frequency, and the solution is on another. You need to get into another state of being in order to get the solution. So the solution is always, and let me be very clear about this, the solution is always to relax. I know that this is so weird, and every cell in your body is screaming right now. Irena, how can I relax? I know. Me too. I cannot relax. I'm not saying I can always relax. I cannot always relax. But I try with this exercise that I'm going to give you. I try my best, because the more you can relax, your intuition speaks to you and it's going to give you the guidance how you can solve the issue that you have. The worry just creates more of the issue. Okay, it just creates more. So what I'm going to talk about in this video is the perspective. Perspective is everything. Mindset that you have about the situation is everything. The situation is just a situation as it is. It's a neutral situation. And I can give you even a proof that you can test right now. In your life, there were situations that at the time you were freaking out. I was the queen of freaking out. When I share my story with you, and when I was the queen of freaking out, just darkness. Like I saw everything in this dark light. But afterwards, you realize that this situation was actually amazing. That it turned out that you met someone else who was even better for you, or you got a job that was even better for you. So this situation that you were freaking out, that was so hard for you in the beginning, it turned out to be this magical, amazing manifestation that you actually wanted. So raise your hand if this is the truth. Okay. So right now in this moment, you have the situation that you are worrying, overthinking, or you just don't see the way out. And I want you to first zoom out and remember this. Hey, I am not all knowing. Let's be clear. My worry, is there for a reason, but I'm not all knowing. It's not like I can predict the future and I know exactly that this is going to happen, so I need to worry. No, 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 no. Just, be true to yourself and realize, okay, this is something that I just learned, but now I can remember all the situations. This is how you rewire your brain. This is how you change neural pathways in your brain and how you change yourself. Dr. Joe Dispenza says you change your reality by changing your identity. And this is exactly like by changing your mindset. You change the way you think about the situation and the situation will change. So just see the situation from a different perspective and remember, like this process of remembering is also healing, is also as I said, like you're making these neural pathways, like this information that you're sending between your neurons is getting stronger, and then your brain in the future, your brain is gonna much easily remember it again. This is how you change. You train your brain. You're not just letting it wander, but you train it. So by remembering all the situation, you can even write it down on a piece of paper, or I invited you to have a notebook for this YouTube channel. So write it down, everything all the situations that you thought that they were horrible. Maybe you were not accepted in a university, but then you went to a much better university, or you started working for yourself and you got rich when you were 20. Like, I know so many stories, you do too, but remember your own. This is how you're gonna work through it. You can even write it down. I was freaking out. I was worrying. It turned out to be amazing for me. Okay, when you finish this, you can, at the moment, this is like a ritual, you can write on a piece of paper how you currently see the situation, all your worry. Just write it down on a piece of paper. Don't stay in it too long. Just write everything down, how you see the situation. And then I want you to take this piece of paper. You can use the element of fire. We can use these elements, of fire, water. But in this ritual, I invite you, if you feel called to, you can use the element of fire. You can burn this paper. You can release it. You can, just throw it away, whatever. Like, just have something that this is like a ritual of releasing this, like you are letting this go, this story that you created that is making you stuck, making you feel like you cannot get away. This is just a story in your mind. This is not real. It doesn't have to be your story that is gonna play out. This is just a story in your mind. And when you write this down and you throw it away, I want you to take another piece of paper and I want you to write down a perspective that is the best perspective that you can have around this situation. Write a story. How is it going to play out if this was the best story ever? So if you're going through the breakup, let's say, you write down, I'm going through this breakup and I get on a healing journey, and then I meet someone who is really my match and we get married, and I don't know, whatever. Or if you got fired, write down a story. I get fired, but then I learn new skills and I get a new job, or I start my own business. Like, write this new perspective on the situation that is going to provide you with peace. And the whole point of this video is not to play games, but this is how reality actually works. Your perspective is everything. Your perspective is literally everything. You can change the way you see yourself and the way you see things around you, and the things will change accordingly. So if you can change the perspective and try to see it in this optimistic way, this is how it is going to play out for you. And then if you stay on a loop, I mean, I'm not saying that after this video you're just going to be completely free. No, maybe you're not. Maybe you're still going to worry. But the thing is that you try to remember. This is how you train. This is consciousness. This is awareness. This is mindfulness. You become aware. Hey, I'm overthinking again. Can I do something to help myself? Can I do this exercise? Can I write down again the story? Can I pray? Can I, maybe you cannot meditate, maybe it's hard for you to meditate, but maybe you can do some mantra. Maybe you can call a friend and the friend can give you a different perspective. This also happened as this story I shared with a microphone is so simple and small, but this is actually someone else can tell you, hey, maybe you don't need to pair it on the Bluetooth. Something clicks in your brain, just something. Somebody can tell you, hey, but do you even like that friend that you're obsessing about? I remember one time I was going to the psychotherapist, and she was like, I was obsessing about some people that didn't like me. I was obsessing. I wanted to be liked so much. It was like obsession of mine in the past. And I was like, just so obsessed, these people, this girl, this friend of mine didn't like me, and she was so mean to me. And I told my therapist, like, why? She's like, do you even like her? And I was like, wow. I actually realized by this one question, my perspective about the situation changed, and it helped me to set myself free, to realize that this is just my inner wounds, that I want to be liked because I didn't like myself. Wow, it's a stormy weather. Wow, it's so stormy. Like if this comes crashing down, because these houses are like, I don't know, I feel like they are made of I don't know, nothing. Wow, guys, such a heavy rain. Okay, I hope this video really gave you a sense of peace, just a little bit. Like I know that I don't have a magic wand. You do have a magic wand for yourself, by the way. We do, everybody has for themselves. But someone else cannot help you if you don't help yourself. Someone else can just give you a little bit of push, but you need to do the work. So I hope this video gave you that push, and I hope you feel inspired now to do the exercise, to call a friend, to, even if you want to share on, in the comments your story, share your comments, share your story actually in the comments, because other people can give you a different perspective. They can answer in your comments and tell you, hey, but you know what, maybe you're meant for something bigger, and just support each other. This is the family that I am creating for this purpose, to help each other, to motivate each other, so that we can all live consciously in love and just help each other. This world really, really needs people like you, and really needs people who are kind and open-hearted and want to help each other. Okay, so one more reminder, like the video. It helps me to grow my channel, help more people. Subscribe to my channel as well. Comment down below your stories so that we can help each other, and stay conscious, and remember to have fun. Okay?